There you are. You made it, class of 2020. We are about to have you participate in one of the great traditions at Boston University, senior breakfast. That's right, I said senior breakfast. Even though we are all in different places right now, that does not mean we don't have the grand tradition. So this Friday, you are going to be your own executive chef. So I snuck into the kitchen. I'm here with our executive chef, the university's executive chef, our culinary director, Chef Chris B., who's gonna take you through what you need to do for senior breakfast. Chef, good to see you. Thanks,
Ken. Great to see you as well. Today we're gonna make a roast tomato and leek tart.
A tart? Wait, hold on, Chef.
Yeah.
A tart?
A tart.
They don't know what a tart is.
Well, it's pretty much a quiche.
Scrambled eggs in a pie.
That's right, with some stuff.
All right,
Yeah,
some stuff.
very simple.
All right.
So we're gonna start off with our roast tomatoes. So we're gonna have grape tomatoes. We're gonna cut these tomatoes lengthwise in half, very simply. These tomatoes would be great on sandwiches, salads, so you can make them a day before, a day ahead of time if you'd like to. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, oil, and thyme. So then we're gonna toss these around a little bit, and then we're gonna dump them onto our pan. Now when we roast these, we wanna roast these cut side up. And then from here, we're gonna put them in the oven. When they come out of the oven, they're gonna be somewhat dehydrated.
Do sun-dried tomatoes come out this good? This is like easy.
The sun-dried tomatoes don't taste as fresh as these, but they definitely taste concentrated tomato flavor.
That's real easy. You can do this. All right.
We're gonna work with a leek.
What's it, an onion?
It's basically an onion. And if you can see this V, that's what we're gonna use as a cutting guide. So when we cut the leek, we're gonna cut the green off and just carefully cut that to the V. What we're doing here is we're minimizing food waste, maximizing our yield, which is what, everybody wants to do. And then we cut the end off, and then we're gonna cut it lengthwise. And then we're gonna cut it nice and thin. And these leeks, we're gonna take and we're gonna blanch them in some water. So we'll have simmering water. We'll blanch them for about 30 seconds, and then we'll shock them in ice water. So here I have some finished leeks. These have been blanched, and they're ready to use, as you can see. So now we have spinach. Now our baby spinach is, again, blanched in water, and squeeze it out. We'll end up with this nice, dry, blanched spinach. So then we have fresh mozzarella. Again, it's sliced thin.
Hey, now what if I'm a vegan? And, does this work? Or
you can leave the cheese out. That's not a problem. You might want to consider some more fresh herbs or something.
Okay.
Just something to give it a little bit more kick.
Gotcha.
Then we're gonna make a custard. Now our custard is gonna have whole eggs, salt, pepper, not a lot of milk. Milk is moisture.
And same thing, Chef, can I use something other than milk if I need to?
Absolutely. You don't even need to use any liquid there. It helps the eggs just be a little bit softer.
I see. And what about instead of eggs? Could I try something else, tofu or something like that?
You can use some tofu. It's not gonna be as together when you slice the tart. There's also vegan egg replacers that you can use. Now, when we take our tart shell, this is a 10-inch pie dough shell, readily available at the supermarket. If you can't find one of these, you can use pie dough, which is in sheets, and you can press it into a pie pan. Then we're gonna start adding our ingredients. So we're gonna have our leeks, our spinach, our tomatoes, and I'm gonna put some gloves on here for y'all.
Boy, that looks good already, Chef.
Simple ingredients makes great food.
That is simple.
And then we're gonna put our egg custard over the top. You may not need all this custard depending on the size of your shell and how much yield you get out of a leek. Halfway up the side of the tart shell, and we're gonna move it around with our fingers a little bit, just to kind of get the egg mixed together. And then our mozzarella, or any cheese that you may have. And then again, we're just gonna push it down a little bit. And I'm gonna pull some of these tomatoes and put them on top, just to give us some look. So onto a cookie sheet, and then we're gonna transition into the oven.
That is impressive, Chef.
So I have a completed tart here.
Oh, wow.
When we take the tart out of the oven, we want to let it rest for about 10 minutes.
Now, why do you want to let it rest, Chef?
It makes it a little easier to cut.
And while it's resting, should you do anything in particular? Like, should I throw on some Marvin Gaye or something like that?
You could put some music on. I would think you'd have music going already.
Okay.
You may want to pour yourself a mimosa.
Oh.
So we're going to cut this tart. And I'm going to cut 8 slices out of this here. Don't be afraid to use a different kind of vessel. It doesn't have to be a plate every time. We have some sea salt roast Yukon Gold potatoes. And then we also have some applewood smoked bacon. And there we have it. Senior breakfast, class of 2020.
All right, I got to try some of this, Chef. You know what you're doing, Chef.
Good?
That is good
Great.
stuff.
I'm glad you enjoy it.
All right, so I am hoping that I will see you participating on Friday. That's this Friday. The invitation's a part of this whole thing. Start working on this. What do you figure, Chef? They should give it, what, about an hour and a half to get this all
an hour
ready?
and a half. I think that should be fine.
You are about to participate in one of the great traditions at Boston University. See you Friday. Thanks, Chef.
You bet. Thank you.
All right, go Terriers.